Now, obviously, moving away from Tour Pro stuff and more looking towards sort of something that we're very interested in, YouTube. Starting a YouTube channel, how's that sort of been? What's
Yeah, I obviously started doing my lessons during COVID, and I just put them out on Facebook and Twitter, Instagram. I really enjoy giving lessons in Pro-Amps. So every time I get my Pro-Amp guys, I really enjoy trying to figure out what makes everybody tick. So if some guy comes to me and he says he's a 15 handicapper, I'm looking and going, why is he a good 15 handicap? Or why is he a bad one? Why isn't he single figures? And so with that, I kind of said, well, why not do this on social media, direct access? They obviously took off very nicely. And at the end of it, obviously, we said, well, we got to do this with a bit more structure. So we started a YouTube channel, which I've really enjoyed doing. And I'm now at that point right now where it's, do I continue doing it as simply as I do it? Or do I try and make it bigger and better? I don't think I would change the content, but obviously you've got to get more involved if you want to make it big. Nobody knows more than yourself. Which is, I suppose I don't want this. I don't want it to be my job. I still consider myself to be a tournament player, but I do also like doing it. I really do like telling people. I'm the youngest of 5 boys, so I think I'm a little bit argumentative, contrarian, and I want to tell you that you're wrong and this is how you should do it.
Well, that's great. I mean, I think with the videos that you're making as well, I mean, obviously you're speaking from such a well of experience and, a knowledge base that people do find kind of fascinating. And, I'm not trying to blow smoke up your arse and stuff, but I genuinely do enjoy watching your videos because I know that when you're giving a tip and when you're talking about whatever the aspect is of the video, I know it's coming from a place of experience. So, like for me, it's been a really, really good insight into kind of how you kind of look at golf, and I've learned stuff from the videos, which is, I think, pretty good.
I'm getting quite a bit of. Well, I hope you've learned something from the videos, and this is probably something I need to learn from you about presentation or YouTube. I am getting quite a bit of feedback now from pros about my videos. So I'm
love that.
And I get a few pros now on the Champions Tour and actually on the regular tour. I've had a few as well who will approach me and ask me questions. I can be found wanting when I get asked questions, but it is interesting. Whereas I feel like I have a wealth of knowledge to help anybody mentally in the game of golf, and I have a wealth of knowledge to help any amateur golfer. I don't feel like I would have a wealth of knowledge. Like if you gave me a really great pro and you said, should he do this in his swing or that in his swing, I'd be kind of, well, you look like you hit it well enough to me, leave it alone sort of thing. It's amazing. If you gave me a really good player, I wouldn't look at his golf swing at all. I'd only look at his routine and his approach and where his head's at. Whereas most of my coaching on these videos, I actually did 1 or 2 mental videos during COVID, and they weren't as well received.
It is one of the big paradoxes of when you make a YouTube video. Obviously, if you do coaching videos on, say, chipping, putting, and the mental approach, for the vast majority of amateur golfers, they can make those changes. The vast majority of amateur golfers aren't going to hit the driver like Rory McIlroy, but you can definitely change the short game and the mental. But people don't want to really hear about that. They want to know, well, I want to hit my driver 300 yards.
Yeah, look, I fall into that category in my own golf. We all feel like we want to fix the golf swing first. And once we have a perfect golf swing, okay, then I'll work on my routine. Then I'll work on my mental game, which we don't realize that if we worked on our mental game and our routine, maybe the golf swing doesn't need to be fixed. But unfortunately, this is the paradox of golf. We always think that you can have a golf swing that overcomes your mental game. Basically, it's like this. Most people believe that they can build a golf swing that negates the need for having a great routine and a great mental game, whereas no golf swing can ever overcome your thinking.
I love that.
It doesn't matter how, like in the end of the day, we can go on social media, we'll find probably 10,000 people who swing the club great on Instagram, who hit the ball great and they're never going to be a PGA Tour pro. We will find a certain amount, not all of them, but we will find some good PGA Tour pros who genuinely don't hit the ball very well, but they're great mentally. So once you get, there's a threshold level, once you get to that threshold level, and it's not as high as people think, the rest of the game is mental.
Love that.
That's a great
Love that.
answer.